Hello, I'm Jason with One Path Coaching. Today I want to talk about focus and attention. Studies have been done that show that we get about 11 million bits per second of information coming at us. The conscious mind can only process 50 bits per second of that. So if you can imagine a huge truck filled with toothpicks, and every second it dumps 11 million toothpicks out, and you've got your hands out and you get 50 of them. So 11 million, 50, 11 million, 50. And that's all you're going to receive. So that's why it's very important what we choose to focus on. In NLP, we have a process we talk about called delete, distort, and generalize. That's how information comes into us. So delete. So imagine 11 million bits are coming at you and you only get to hold on to 50 of them. So of course, that's a lot of stuff that's going to just delete, information that it doesn't seem pertinent. Distort. So once again, with so much information coming at you, sometimes you're not going to get the exact picture. And then generalize. So the unconscious mind likes to block things together. So, oh, this is like that, and this is like that, and so it'll group them together, so it makes it easier for you to remember it. So that's why what you focus on is so important. Think about it. If you've ever were going to purchase something, like let's say I use the example of a red car. If you're excited and you're like, oh, this red car, this certain Mazda that I want, all of a sudden you start seeing red Mazdas everywhere you go. They start popping up. That's because you've switched your focus. That's why it's so important to focus on what you do want and positive things, because it'll start to show up in your world. Today what we want to do is a mindful exercise to focus on that, to really support how we focus and what we focus on. And as I said, it helps us to really think about what we do want. A lot of times we can focus on what we don't want. The theory is that that's then what shows up. So focusing on what we do want. So for this exercise, what we're going to do is use just a basic 4-count breathing exercise. So we're going to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then hold for 4 seconds. You can go longer or shorter depending on what works for you, what's most comfortable for you. So we'll do one right now. We'll just a quick practice. So we're going to go in. Hold, exhale, and then hold. And inhale again, hold, exhale, hold. And that's just the process. And that really helps us settle in, focusing on our breath. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pick one sound to focus on in your environment. The way I came up with this was actually listening to music. I would start listening to a good song, and then I would just pick out the bass guitar, and I would focus only on the bass guitar. And then I would switch to the drums, and I would listen specifically to the drums. And it just was just interesting to me kind of how the sounds are different once you really focus on them. So something in your environment, pick something. I'm in my backyard, it's lunchtime, there's a lot of people out working, so I have plenty of opportunities to pick something. A lot of nature's back here, so usually I pick a bird or something that's flying around. And with that said as well, other sounds are going to be in your environment. So if something comes up, the example they use is like clouds. Something floats into your world, you let it just float on by and let it float out. And then focus on that one sound that you're going to focus on. So go ahead and pick the one thing that you want to listen to. There's a fountain that I could hear. It's my cat's fountain that's out on our back porch. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to pick that, and we'll go ahead and get started. So remember, we're going to do the 4-count breathing, and then we're going to focus on that one sound. So let's give it a try. All right, how was that? So feel free to continue on your own. I just want to give you a little example of how that works and how that sounds. If you have any questions or any comments or got any insights off this, please put it in the comments. I would love to hear them. This is Jason with One Path Coaching. Have a great day.